July 13th is going to be a pivotal day for the entire crypto market across the globe, as one of the biggest reports that Jerome Powell has been watching comes out on that day. So what are the expectations for that report? What is it going to do to the market, and what can you do to be prepared for it? Well, let's go screen and explore the news. And as always, any article you see in this video will be linked in the description below. The crypto community is eyeing 3 macro events to tip the crypto scales in July, and we're going to talk about one of them. And don't worry, if you hit that subscribe button, you will not miss out on the other 2 events. But the first one we want to talk about is CPI data, right? Inflation data for the United States that comes out on July 13th. Now, we have ranges of expectations, all right? Anywhere between 8.5, 8.6, 8.8, we've got another one, 8.58. Those are the expectations for the data that comes out at 8:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time on July 13th. Now, there are going to be some big things that you want to pay attention to regarding this, because this can send the markets roaring, or it can send them even further down. And before we go further, I want to explain why CPI data is so big. I want you to think about all the positive things we've heard about Ripple Labs' XRP and Stellar Lumens XLM the last few months. Think of all the MoneyGram, the Ripple partnerships, right? Neum, USDC, all that good stuff, right, for both companies. Now, that has not had any effect on the price. The market has been paying attention to global factors like CPI data. Now, what we need to pay attention to is what is known as the delta. And to explain the delta, you know what, everyone? Let's go big screen. And delta is simply referred to as the change. So for instance, if the report is expected to be at 8.6% and it comes out at 8.6%, then that report is meeting expectations and the market will have already priced in that action. Now granted, 8.6% is really bad for all of us consumers because that is reflective upon what we are paying. But the delta is key, because imagine if that report now comes in at, say, 8.8%. The delta, or the 0.2 in that, is going to then send markets even lower. Now, on the positive end, though, if those of you out there are thinking, hey, that CPI data and inflation is going down, right, and the delta is lower, then that would send the markets going green, because maybe we're starting to see some relief with inflation. Now that we've talked about delta and you understand the change, now let's talk about what you can do to be prepared for this. All right, last month, the data for May was released on June 10th, everyone. And we know that there are market insiders out there that get this information before everyone else. And you're like, hey, Klaus, that sounds a little shady. Well, look at this, everyone. Now, remember, the actual report came out for June 10th, and it was a disaster. But look at what I have up on the screen. This movement in price started actually 2 days before. So look at the change from June 8th, yep, at an open of 14 cents for XLM, went down to what, everyone? 13 cents. So from the 8th to the 9th, we could already see a sharp decline in price. And again, remember, this report came out June 10th. Then the market reacted again from the 9th to the 10th, dropping even further. Now, the same can be seen with XRP. Look at the data. Again, the report came out on the 10th, but the market was already pricing it in ahead of time. Market insiders will move before these dates happen. That is why I'm telling you about the July 13th report date 3 days in advance, so you can watch the market trends to see if the market is pricing in this action. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to start looking for market movements a couple days ahead of time to see if there are dramatic moves pushing the market one way or another. You can use this information to set buy points, sell points, play converse trades, a whole bunch of things out there. But the key is to understand what the delta is. The delta moves the markets. An unexpected raise of the CPI will send the markets tanking. But at the same time, an unexpected favorable report will send the markets green. Now, we do have 2 more big events coming up in the month of July. I highly suggest you hit that subscribe button so you don't miss out on what they are, because they involve the end of July, everyone.